The Passover Seder, as it stands today, is at the center of how Jewish people around the world celebrate Passover. And it's so sad for me as a Hebraic roots teacher when I come to the conclusion that so many Christians don't know about the beauty of the symbolism of Passover. I want to share something with you today. Another thing that's at the center of the meal. And that's what I'm holding in my hand here. This is called the afikomen. And it's placed at the center of the Passover table. And it's very important to understand why this is at the center of the table and what it represents. Now, I want to open this up for you, and I want to show you something that's inside, because this is done at every Seder, every Passover all around the world. Now, there's the various flaps inside of this bag here. And you can see that there's actually crackers inside. There's 3 pieces of matzah bread. There's one on the top layer. There's one in the center layer. And there's also one at the bottom. Now, what does this represent? Why are there 3 layers? Well, there's been a lot of arguments. There's been a lot of talk in and among the Jewish people as to what these things represent. Some say it's the priests. Some say it's the Levites. Some say it's Abraham, it's Isaac, it's Jacob. It's all of these things. But what does it really represent? Well, let me share something with you that's done all over the world. And it's when we understand the background, when we understand what it really means, it brings so much beauty to light. Previously, we talked about the matzah bread itself and how it was striped, bruised, and pierced. Now we have 3 different layers in this bag. And what I want to do for you now is I want to take out this center one, because this is the one that's removed in Jewish homes all over the world. Not the top, not the bottom, but the center one. So what does the center piece of matzah bread represent? Does it represent the people? Does it represent the priests? I want you to think this through for a moment. For those of us who believe that there are 3 in 1, the Godhead, there is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Who is at the center? The Son. So it's not the Father who is broken. It's not the Holy Spirit who is broken, but it is the Son who is broken. And all over the world in homes, they take this bread and they break it. And then this piece of bread is then taken and it's wrapped in a cloth and it's hidden. And after the 3rd cup, it's brought back up to the table. So understand then what's happening in Jewish homes all over the world. Not the Father, not the Holy Spirit, but the Son is broken. He's unleavened, he's bruised, he's striped, he's pierced. He's wrapped in a white linen and he's buried and he's hidden away. And then at the end of the 3rd cup, he's brought back to the table. And in that we see beautifully the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus in something so simple as a Passover cracker, as a piece of matzah bread. And I hope that all this month, as you've been tracking along with us, you're seeing that Jesus is at the center of every feast. That it's not just for the Jewish people. It's not just for the Old Testament. It's not done away with. Now, I would never say to you that you must celebrate this in order to be a good Christian, in order to gain more righteousness with God. But you can see that as we study the feast, the beauty of the Messiahship of Jesus continues to rise.